Rav Carlebach brings down a Torah of Rav Nachman and explains that when a person makes a mistake, the first time that they make a strong mistake, not a basic mistake, like the guy was trying to like for example, I was going to buy apples and then bought oranges. It's not a mistake like that. When a person makes a strong mistake, they start to hate themselves, and slowly the relationship between that person and who they are just gets more harsh and distant. And in that space, how can that person expect to be happy or expect to love himself or fulfill the mitzvah of "V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha," which is love yourself like you love your friend? And bichlal, we're how do we expect him to love God? He doesn't necessarily know what love is if he has such a negative relationship with himself. And so, what I believe Rav Carlebach brings down from all of this is that in order to love myself, in order to love someone else, and especially in order to love God, because the truth is, how do I love myself? I love myself because I see the light inside of me that God is constantly shining. I see the light inside of my friend that God's constantly shining. I see the light in the world that God's constantly shining. And I see the world, I see His creation, I see the purpose. Every person according to their level. But the point is that how do we get to a point of love? By forgiving ourselves. You must forgive yourself for the mistakes you made. Whether it was mistakes that you made because you fell into something, or whether it was mistakes you made just because you just made a mistake, you can't blame yourself all your life. You can't. Because blaming yourself all your life will just stop you. It'll stop you from reaching your potential, stop you from reaching your goals. Or, the truth of the matter is that you've been, if you made a mistake as a kid, or if you made a mistake in your life, a strong mistake, or it was a mistake where you thought something was right, so you chased after what you thought was right and it was completely wrong, or you actually fell, but you were trying to get somewhere. And that deserves a lot of respect and love, and every person according to the way that their life took them deserves to be proud of themselves, that they've carried themselves this far, that they've been through whatever they've been through. Even if a person hasn't gone through that much, they got through school, they or maybe they didn't go through school, but they've gotten to a point where maybe you're watching the video, gotten to a point where you have clothes, you got food, you got a roof over your head, which is you got maybe a book of Torah, hopefully a good connection with your family. What more do you need? That's huge reasons to love yourself. But again, in order to love yourself, in order to love others, you have to forgive yourself. You have to hug your past. Hug it and say, I know it's been difficult, but you brought me here. Thank you. I'm moving forward. May we all be blessed just to move forward in forgiveness and love for ourselves, for others, and especially for God.